So I finally get to go home today. That was a pretty long ride from Texas all the way back. I was supposed to do a 7-hour sleeper berth, but I didn't feel good all night. I have my throat is kind of itchy, so I hope I'm not getting sick, because that would really, really suck. So I'm excited to go home, see my kids. Can't wait to get there. So one thing about driving a semi-truck is that you want to keep your eyes on the road, obviously. Avoid any distractions, like such as your phone, GPSs, CB radios. And just try to focus on the road, because remember, a truck does not stop like a car. And always keep checking your mirrors. Me personally, I like to check them more often because I'm in a flatbed, and at any time my load can get unstrapped, undone, or unchained. So I constantly look at my trailer, and of course the cars. Try to remember, keep in mind who's next to you. That way if you ever need to merge, you already have it in your mind. The last time I saw my mirror, which was about 8 seconds ago, there was someone there. So I would suggest always keeping in mind who is next to you and who is behind you. Keep a look at your gauges. Your gauges will tell you how your truck is responding on the road. Of course, your fuel. But I like to keep an eye on my oil pressure and on my water temperature. I want to make sure that they're always good. Of course, if your water temperature goes up, that means you're going to need coolant. And if your oil pressure is low, you're gonna need oil. You see how I keep looking at my mirrors constantly? I always need to be aware of my surroundings. Like I said, stay away from distractions. Also, what you want to keep a look at are your air brakes, the gauges on your air brakes. And that's going to tell you if your air supply is running low on your brakes. You want to make sure that the compressor is constantly running, and if you have low air pressure, you're going to have trouble braking. Overall, truck driving is one of the best careers that you can have in this life, in the world. You get to see the United States. You get to meet other people, other truck drivers. But you are required one thing if you want to be a truck driver. And this will determine whether you're fit enough to be a truck driver. And that's if you have a family, a wife and kids. And if you can handle being out for weeks at a time, then you'll be okay. But your family has to be okay with it too. Your spouse and your children. My wife at first, she was not okay with me going over the road. But I had no other choice. We live in California. Everything is expensive, and I have to pay for her college. I miss her every day, and I can't wait till the day she finishes college so I can go back and work a local job. But because the money isn't over the road, cross country, I need to sacrifice so much for these next 3 years so that one day we can have what we want. And if that's you, if you're okay with it and your family's okay with it being out weeks at a time, then I say go for it. Talk to your spouse about it. And most of the time, once you get experience, you can bring your wife with you if you don't have a child. I think you're only allowed like one rider. For most companies. And if your girlfriend or your wife would like to come along, guess what? They are allowed to. Many companies allow the rider program. And in the summer, your child as well. Looks like there's a way station in 1 mile. What's that? Dust storm when lights are flashing. Like I said, always stay aware of your surroundings. Read all the signs. You never know what you'll encounter on the road if you don't pay attention down the road. Probably be an accident. And if you're not paying attention, you're gonna run into somebody. Now, if you don't want to pass wait stations, scales closed, do not enter. So we're okay. What they do here is that you pull in when they're open, you pull in and there's a big scale in front of that scale house. And they got to make sure that every axle on your semi-truck is within limits. If you're overweight, you'll get shut down. Then you got to get someone to come out and either remove product or rearrange the product on your trailer. And that's it, folks. If you're really, really looking to get into truck driving, I do suggest going to Roadmaster. Now, I know there's a Roadmaster here in California. I know there's one in Texas. Oh, look, someone's getting pulled over. There's one in Texas. I don't know if there's more, but I think they're a big partnered program with Warner. You don't necessarily need to work with Warner, but pretty much what you do is Roadmaster will qualify you and road test you and get you your CDL. And if that's what you're interested in, then I suggest going to Roadmaster. It's a lot pricey. It's pretty pricey, but with the money you're going to be making over the road, with the money you're going to be making truck driving, you shouldn't be an issue. I started 10 years ago with CR England. I do recommend them also, but just know that you got to be under a contract with them in order for your school to be free. I believe you got to work with them for about a year. I don't know if anything's changed, but back in my days, you were required to work for a year, and you were debt free, and you can go work somewhere else. Thanks for watching, y'all. Please subscribe. Gonna put more videos soon, and it'll help me get more motivated to create more content for y'all. If you have any questions about truck driving, I'm here to answer them. Drop it down in the comments below, and my next video I'll answer every question. Thanks, y'all.